Good morning. Well, it's probably afternoon now. I am out in the Garcia Jimenez neighborhood and exploring this part of Mérida has been very interesting because the central part of Mérida is called Gringo Gulch, most appropriately named because there are a lot of white expats in that area. It's very concentrated, so I'm sure you've seen some of the posts I've done. I'm by the Santiago market and the Barrio San Sebastian, and I was reading some things this morning about we get stuck, and one blogger who was young had posted about sandcastles and kind of breaking the mold of sandcastles, and it reminded me that as we get into this kind of midlife stage in our lives, we look at our lives kind of like an hourglass, and we have the sands of time that go slow when we're younger, but the older we get, those sands of time seem to go much faster because there's not as much sand at the top. And so reading her post about the sandcastle, to me, making this new life in Mérida is more for me about breaking the hourglass and scattering the sand all over this beautiful place, figuring out where I want to be, going whichever the way wind blows. And I was having a conversation with my friend. Muchas gracias. Muy bonita.
Gracias.
Perfecto. Gracias.
Provecho.
Sí, gracias. And so I was having a conversation with my divorce attorney and now friend, Steve Bruneman, and I asked him what his biggest fear was, and he said the older he got, he was afraid of becoming irrelevant. And that was such an impactful statement, that his biggest fear was becoming irrelevant. And so it really started me thinking about how do we become relevant? What is our legacy? What are we going to leave behind? And sometimes it's not stuff or money or things. It's what is our impact on the world? And how can we leave an imprint where we are? How can we make a difference? And as I was thinking about all of these things this morning, I realized that I had lost my, ability to feel like I could contribute to the community in Dallas and maybe and really make an impactful difference. And so it was very muted. It was very it really started me thinking about how can I make a difference here? What can my impact be on this community? And keeping in mind Steve's fear of being irrelevant, how can I make my life relevant here? Breaking the hourglass and scattering that sand all over this beautiful community, because it's heartwarming here, and people want to help, but sometimes they just don't know how. So I've got some really cool stuff coming up. I'm very excited about it and excited to share. Thank you for being on this journey with me. I know this post was a little bit longer, but I haven't posted some long posts in the last few days, and kind of wanted to get everybody caught up. So wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope you're having a great Saturday, and we'll see what tomorrow brings. Lots of changes, lots of thought processes, and some very beautiful things happening in the white city of Mérida, Mexico. Nos vemos pronto. Besos.